Okay, so we're going to get the pictures off of our camera. We're going to put the pictures onto our computer's desktop in a folder, and we're going to build a web page, a very simple web page, so that we can browse through the pictures, kind of blow them up to look at them bigger, and make some decisions about which ones are going to be our selected photographs. I've got the USB cable that came with my camera with me. These are pretty standard to get pictures off of cameras. And I have my camera. My camera is switched off for now, and that's kind of important. You can mess up some of these cameras, not all of them, if it's on when you start plugging things in. On the side of my camera, there's this rubber boot. It comes up, and if I look, there's a connection that looks like the small end of this USB cable. The USB cable that I have has a small end and a big end. The small end goes into the camera, and it only goes in one way. The other end goes either into the back of my computer, the keyboard. There will be a plug that looks like this. I'm plugging mine into my computer now, and now it's okay for me to turn my camera on. I'm just setting it to the side, and with a little bit of luck, if you look over on the right side of my screen, you can see a disk drive mounted, and it's got my camera's name on it. The names that come up under these things will vary, but there it is. And notice that there's in the middle of my screen now, a window with the camera's name on it and some stuff to do. That's a very good thing. That means my camera has automatically been recognized by my computer. My computer's ready to do something with it. That doesn't always happen. First of all, it sometimes won't happen if your camera isn't charged. It's very important your camera has a charge on it before you do this. I'm just going to pretend that that window didn't open, and I'm going to find out how to launch that program just in case it didn't automatically come up. I'm going into my hard drive, and on my hard drive I'm going to look under Applications. And my goodness, do I have a lot of applications here. So what I'm looking for is image capture. So that starts with I, and I'm sorting them by name now and scrolling, and there it is, right there. I'm going to double click that. Hopefully when it launches, yes, it still sees my camera. And there are a couple of things you have to do here. First, if you notice, it says download to. I'm going to select that and go other. This is how I tell the computer where I want my pictures to live. So download to other, and I'm going to find desktop, which you can always get to on a Macintosh when you have a window like this by hitting the Command or squiggly key and D for desktop. These are the folders that are on my desktop right now. I don't want these pictures in any of them, so I'm going to create a new folder, and my new folder is going to have the name of my photography assignment on it. For me, right now, this photography assignment is called Camera Tutorial. Yours will probably have a different name. I'm going to use the small c camera, capital T tutorial. Notice there are no spaces, none of that. It's all one word, but they're run together, and capital letters separate the words. That's a real good way to name things on a computer. And I'm going to go create. And now it says open. I really don't want to open. What I want to do is select that folder, but it's a lousy word. They named it wrong. I click open. Now where it says automatic task, I'm going to use image capture's built-in build web page function. Again, this is a very simple web page. There are better ways to build more complicated ones, but for the use of this class, this web page is perfect, and it's the one that you should use. If I had several assignments on the camera right now, I would click download some, and then by holding the command or squiggly key down, pick only the pictures that I shot for this assignment, and then click download. I erased the entire disk on my camera before I started this assignment, so everything on there is what I need for this one. I'm going to click download all. That's the way I work. So now I'm waiting for the pictures to be transferred from the camera to the computer. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a slow process. And then image capture will build my simple web page for me. Basically, my work is done except for knowing where that stuff is. As the blue line goes from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, I'm just kind of looking at the pictures and getting in my own mind which one did I think was the best, which one's the worst, what might I do with these things, that kind of thing. As you can see right now, the pictures just have the names that the camera gave them, and that's cool too. This always seems like it takes longer than it should, and the more pictures that are on your camera, the longer it's going to take. But it still is going to save you a lot of work in the long run. Because I'm saving these to the desktop for now, I'll know right where they are. That will not be where I want to leave them. In a lab computer, you probably want to drag them into your own storage that you provide or on the course storage that's on these computers. And if you look, you'll see that my web page is built. I can click on any of these, the picture gets larger, click again, it gets smaller, and this is a really good way to look at pictures, and it will be, for me, it gives your teacher an idea of how you're shooting. So now if I go onto my desktop and I click that camera tutorial folder, the name of the assignment, double click it, what opens first are all the pictures that I shot for this assignment. Those are very big, they're high resolution. I'll want to keep them. So I will drag them to a place I can store them safely. And then the little small resolution pictures are built into a web page, and that's in a folder called web page. I will rename this according to my assignment's needs. Right now I'm going to make a copy of that by holding down the Alt key, also called the Option key, and clicking and dragging onto my desktop. If I did that right, the original folder is still where it was, and I have a copy of it on my desktop now. So now I can take this, upload it to the web, or do whatever I want. In the next set of assignments and tutorials, you'll learn how to submit these photographs into WebCT, how to pull out the picture or two that you want to say is your best for this assignment, and submit them along with this folder. But that's it. You've made a web page with your first photography shoot.